I really didn't want to write a long-ass article on Cancer Man James Augustine, formerly James O'Shaughnessy, and all this gay-ass gator shit. But, you know, if you never go into detail on your side and you're thinking, people will just run wild with their own bullshit. I really thought my last post was one of the greats here on the site. I didn't want to add to it. But then, Gator went on air and apparently mischaracterized some things, so it just has to happen. I say apparently because I didn't watch a single minute of their 8-hour therapy session. Let me lay out some indisputable facts, however. I told Gator I wanted him off the show the day after Andy Worski and the fat lesbian he does a show with sent a goon to my actual home. The reason? He was joking around with Worski about Xanax berries on Twitter. This is a guy, Gator, who I've paid every month for almost 2 years. I've literally put food on this fat motherfucker's table, and he's joking around with the cokehead who just sent someone to my home on the very same weekend, taking shots at my past drug usage. Disloyal is not the word. Disgusting is more like it. Gator would be crying in his dakimakura if someone came to his shitty-ass apartment. I've mentioned this already, but I wasn't frightened in the slightest about the clown coming to my house. I would have loved nothing more than to come out there with my baseball bat and crack his fucking skull open. But, you know, I have cases and court concerns all over the fucking country. Unlike others, I don't run and hide in my anime dungeon, change my name, etc. It's just not something I'm at liberty to do, especially with my daughter about to be born in 2 months. But you know who was upset? My fiancée, May. She didn't lose her mind in fear, but she didn't know who it was at first, and it was a frightening situation. Why, you ask? Someone tried to kidnap her out of home in September 2020. The bastard is going to be sentenced for this next week. This is public record, but the way you hear people, certain scumbags, talk about this, it's no big deal to come to my house and scare my 7 months pregnant fiancée who was almost kidnapped from her home last year. Yeah, if you think like that, you can just kill yourself. Even 30 seconds of fear is 30 seconds too much. Plus, all the people you see talking shit would literally piss their pants if someone showed up to their house. But I'm supposed to be cool with that? Fuck no. Gator knew someone tried to kidnap May last year. He knew it all, but he still saw fit to roll me under the bus for cheap Twitter laughs. Why? Because he's weak in mind and spirit. A little bitch, to be quite honest. The very least someone in his spot could do is keep his fucking mouth shut and have some kind of honor, but, you know, that's not Gator, apparently. Oh, and he wasn't happy with his compensation. Well, that's news to me. Gator, and I really hope he tries to deny this, never once complained to me about 1 red cent. Men ask for more money if they want more money. I don't run a fucking charity, and to be quite honest with you, he's been phoning it in for months and barely even appearing on the show. A guy like Southern Dingo has added 1,000,000 times more to the on-air entertainment the last 6 months. No one with a brain can argue this. The dude wasn't pulling his ample weight. That's the simple fact of the matter. Anyway, after I caught the beat down here in Lisbon, I messaged him and tried to just forget that. Let's put it behind us, etc. This was my good friend. I thought, you know, let this be a lesson. Life is more important. We did put it behind us briefly, although he still didn't want to come back on the show, which, to be honest with you, I was more than fine with. Then he went on Twitter and got in his feelings after I wrote my last post. He said he would wish me the best of luck in my future endeavors. This is a line I've used. It comes from Vince McMahon, and he did it to fuck with me without question. I wrote him on Discord and said there would be no further need for us to talk, and he gave me the Discord for my show that I had him running. In reality, he did very little after the setup. The next time I heard from him, he was snaking on me with the prolific, out and proud homosexual streamer Flamenco. I think I had said something about getting rid of the dead weight on my own live show, but other than that, I was very measured in what I said about this fucking goblin. He goes on an 8-hour wine fest, lol. It was clearly planned and premeditated, which you know is fine. That's how this business goes. But anyone acting like this fucking sniveling weasel has any ounce of honor or moral standing is full of shit. He was my personal little bitch for years for the low, low price of $200 a month. The fuck can make up whatever the hell he wants to now, but that's the truth. If you wanted more money, you should have asked for it, loser. He's now on Twitter bringing my son into his attacks, so I think that says pretty much all you need to know. The dude is scum, and I wouldn't piss on him if he were on fire. Hopefully this cancer shit is the gift that keeps on giving and spreads to another sector. Speaking of cancer, why would you say something about Daddy Jim? Some fucking old man who shakes his cancer medication bottles and talks shit about me every time I hear him open his goddamn mouth on the topic. The shit isn't even funny. It's some old stale joke like his actual life. The guy lives in a fucking constant state of fear, refuses to even leave his home lest he gets sneezed on and die, and was dead wrong on the biggest issue of our lifetimes, COVID-19. For months, he promoted the nonsense that we needed to shut down our whole world. He came on my show and said the same. Then he disappeared for a year and has still yet to own up to the worst call of our lifetimes. And he's just an annoying annoying faggot. Joking about someone is one thing. I joke about myself constantly. My life is insane. But when every time you see someone, they're talking shit, it's not good-natured. It's a guy trying to put someone else down. And I just don't think some old, scary-minded anime dungeon-having freak deserves any respect anymore. At one time, I felt differently. I've been very deferential to the guy. That shit is beyond over. I'm not Gator. I don't roll over for anyone. Everything you see from him is fake. He was scared shitless of getting sued by that old Monograph loser. So shitless, in fact, that he changed his own name. Do you know how that was discovered, by the way? His cam whore partner got her card pulled because she was too sloppy to keep up. Sloppy is a theme with her. This is the mighty Meadowcur, the fake king of anonymity who name-fagged his whole life, who was against Patreon and merch before he was for it, who was actually just a scared senior citizen not too far off from the literal nursing home. I'm way past acting like this dude has any standing to talk shit about anyone's life and not get some smoke in return. Motherfucker, you sit in your house terrified and watch Japanese cartoons all day. I would sooner die than live your pathetic existence, and that's no hyperbole. Some people wanted me to go into detail, so there you go. I think you're starting to catch my drift, whether you agree with it or not. I'm not going to live as a fake. I'm not going to give deference to subpar ex-employees who ratted on me while I was in my hospital bed. And I'm for damn sure not going to give any more fucks about addressing anyone or any topic. If you want the smoke, you can get it.